Good morning. I'm Jack Van Ryn, Mayor of the Town of Coaldale. I will be giving you a update from our special council meeting that we held on Monday, July 25th, 2022. And when I refer to it as a special council meeting, we are currently on our summer break, but we have so much going on that we had to call for a council meeting to discuss some items of importance. So those are referred to as a special council meeting versus a regular council meeting. And we can call those anytime we want. We just have to give notice to the public that we will be holding one. So on the agenda, the first item we discussed was council remuneration review. And we had our CFO, Kyle Beauchamp, do the staff report for council. And basically we discussed 4 items: our council remuneration base pay, per diems, and so per diems refer to when we have meetings outside of our regular council duties. So whether they are courses that council take, as far as orientations at the beginning of the term, we attend conferences as a representative of Coaldale. And then the next item was technology reimbursement. So that is for using our personal cell phones for Town of Coaldale business, and also for our internet service at our residence, and travel expenses as far as kilometer rate for driving to the meetings and conferences that I just spoke of. So regarding the base pay, we had a financial company do a staff report along with administration. The company was called Hillcrest Financial, and they had 10 municipalities of similar size that they based the comparative survey on. And those communities included Edson, Olds, Devon, Morningville, Black Falls, Lacombe, Tabor, Innisfail, Drumheller, and Ponoka. So council hasn't had a remuneration review for over 10 years. And as part of this, they found out that Coaldale was the second lowest of the 10 municipalities when it came to remuneration for town councillors and for the mayor. And what was discussed when we had the report done at a previous council meeting by Hillcrest was that they put it into a percentile. So if 50% percentile, that would mean that 50% of the municipalities are lower and 50% of the municipalities are higher. So using that scale, Coaldale was well below the 25 percentile. So after a lengthy discussion and debate last evening, council voted to raise our percentile to 65%. So a 65 percentile is where Coaldale is going to be at. Regarding per diems, they're going to remain as is. So if you're attending a half-day meeting outside of your regular council duties, that's $100 per diem, and for a full day, $200. The technology reimbursement that I spoke of, that's going to remain at $100 a month for using your personal cell phone and your internet service from your residence. And travel expenses, we raised the kilometer rate to the Revenue Canada rate, which is, or I should say, Canada Revenue Agency's rate of 0.61 cents per kilometer. So that gets us a little bit closer to what the norm is for municipalities in Alberta. Then we had our Director of Growth and Investment, Cameron Mills, present to council regarding the West Coaldale Area Structure Plan. And the West Coaldale project that we're referring to is just south of McDonald's. and it used to be referred to as the Corny Martins property. And so we passed first reading last at our special council meeting, and that was the main reason why we even had a special council meeting, because we needed to pass first reading on the area structure plan amendment so that the developer can go carry on with next steps. And it'll be coming back before council again for second and third reading, and then also a public hearing where the general public can have input on the proposed development. So we went through that in length last night, and the main reason was that recognizing the strategic importance of moving forward with the proposed development within the current construction season, our administration presented the proposed plan in its current form for council's initial consideration of first reading and first reading only. Administration is of the opinion that the plan in its current form is sufficient at this juncture of process. In its current state, administration is of the view that the proposed plan meets the basic requirements for an area structure plan as outlined in the Municipal Government Act, namely that the plan provides information with respect to the sequence of development, the land use proposed within the area, the approximate density of population resulting from the development of the plan area, and the general location of major transportation routes and public utilities. So we went through all that last night, and we, like I say, we passed first reading, so now we can go to next steps. And I also suggested to our administration team that we hold another open house on this project, because it's changed since the last open house that we did back in March. So there'll be some information going out on that, and we'll also have it listed on the Town of Coaldale website, and we'll let you know when that's going to be happening. Then we had Cameron Mills speak again regarding the West Industrial Area Structure Plan outline plan. So that's a new industrial park that's being built north of Coaldale, and it's going to be located directly across the road from Rehoboth. And we have private developers that are working on this with the Town of Coaldale. And again, we had to have a discussion regarding the outline plan that provides an additional level of detail to support the development process associated with the next phase of the Coaldale industrial expansion. The report has been prepared by ISL Engineering and Land Services, and on behalf of 845 Developments Limited, so those are the developers. The outline plan includes documents, both of which together form the basis of the plan: the outline plan document prepared by ISL and the servicing strategy. So again, we had an excellent presentation by our admin team, and as part of that, we ended up making the following motion that was passed: that council adopt the 845 Development Limited outline plan as presented, and furthermore direct administration to receive feedback from Lethbridge County and prepare an amendment to the outline plan for council's consideration at a future council meeting. So again, this was another step in the process that was passed last night. So we're excited to see construction happening in our newest industrial park. And for those that don't know, our newest industrial park is completely sold out now. So we have people interested in setting up shop in Coaldale. So this is a great thing that we have private developers starting on the newest industrial park. Then under new business, we had a discussion regarding the Civic Square. So the Civic Square building that's located on Main Street, the main floor will be for retail spaces, and that is owned by Shift Real Estate Investments. And then the second floor will become the new Town of Coaldale administrative offices, and basically that's going to be the new town office. And the existing town office building, if you drive down Main Street, you'll see there's a for sale sign. And we're hoping to sell that because we'll be moving into the new facility sometime towards the end of September. Beginning of October is when we'll start to move, and that'll take approximately a month to get everybody moved over. So some of the items that we needed to discuss that were not part of the original construction bid, and there were 4 items, and one was what we refer to as a living wall in the atrium. So there's a large space on the west end of that building that's the full 2 stories in height, and it's going to be a meeting room. It can be a venue for weddings. There'll be room for upwards of 260 people to be seated with round tables, and it's going to be a beautiful space for people to be able to utilize. And as part of that space, there was provisions to put a living wall on the west wall, and that would include either moss or plants. And as part of the discussion, we decided, because it comes in at a cost of, let me just find that here. It came in at a cost of upwards of $40,000. So we decided to table that part of the project until we see where we're going to be at with the budget. And we have it all roughed in with water and whatever they need to make this work in the future. So we're just going to leave the space as is, and depending on available funds in the future, we can look at completing that. Then the next item that we talked about was the exterior lighting. So if you drive by the city of Lethbridge at night, you'll see that the city hall is lit up, and for Christmas, even now with the conflict that's going on in Ukraine, they have the exterior of the building lit up to honor the residents of Ukraine with what they're going through. And for Coaldale, we wanted to make sure that we had a discussion about adding exterior lighting so we can do something similar. And we need to do that now while the building is still under construction, because to do it afterwards, the costs go up considerably. So council decided to do the rough-in for the lights right now, and that's approximately a $15,000 bill to rough in for the exterior lights to light up the exterior of the building like I just described. And then again, based on available funds, we can decide if we want to install the actual light fixtures at a different date. Then one item that we discussed in length is the council chamber doors. So when you go into the new atrium portion, that'll be the main entrance to get into, talk to the receptionist, to get upstairs to our administrative offices, or council chambers will be on the main floor. And it's got a curve to it. It's kind of a unique design. And I'll have links in the comment section where you can look at all these items that I'm talking about today for yourself. So we need to put in folding glass doors so that if we have a council meeting where there's a public hearing and there's going to be a lot of people there, we can slide the front glass doors open to open up the space. And that comes with a price tag of $45,000. And that was passed at our council meeting to go ahead and proceed with that. Another item that we discussed is regarding powered blinds in the atrium. So we have quite a bit of glass on the west wall, and we wanted to look at putting electric blinds on there. So depending on what time of day, you can lower the blinds so that the sunlight isn't interfering with what's going on in the space. And as part of the contract, they roughed in the electrical for the blinds. So council decided to table the additional expense of $35,000 to add the blinds, and we're going to see how it affects our meetings or events in the atrium space. So again, the power and controls are all roughed in, and we can look at adding in the powered blinds at a later date. Then we discussed the north sidewalk, so the front of the building, and also the east side of the building where we have to do sidewalks. And we're going to be putting 4 flag poles in the front of the building on Main Street as well. So there were some questions about some of the costs that were quoted. So we tabled the concrete work until we can go through the quotations from the general contractor to make sure that we all understand what the pricing formula is to get that work done. So we're going to be doing that over the next few days, and then that's going to have to come back to council to get approved to get that extra concrete work done. And basically that was it. So we are going to resume our summer break, and we will have to have another special meeting here in the next few weeks to clean up some of these items that I brought up tonight. And other than that, that's everything. So again, at the end of this video, I'll have my contact information, my phone number, my email. And if you see me on the street, please stop and have a conversation with me about anything and everything that you feel needs to be talked about. Also, I would appreciate if you would share this video. I would appreciate on my Facebook mayor page that you would share items that I post. Also, make sure that you follow me, and then that way when I post something, you'll get a notification. And also back to the video, if you could like it and share that as well, because it's important to get the information out. So I guess that's it. So thank you very much. And if I don't see you until my next meeting, I wish you a very, very nice, restful summer. Take care. Bye-bye.